money, Sonny. Now, today's video is going to be about, I'm new, what do I do? Now, this is going to be a long video because there's a lot to it, you know? So I'm going to try to go through it as fast as I can. Now, let's talk about rural area stores real quick. That's totally different than what I'm going to be talking about. A lot of times, I live close to a rural store. I live out in the country, but I don't work out there because I want a lot of options and choices and stuff like that. But maybe you can't do what I do. And you pretty much got to work out of that rural store. In that kind of case, you kind of got to take what you get. You know what I mean? A lot of the times, sometimes it'll be busier and you can file some of the things I'm going to talk about. But pretty much, you're going to take what you can get and learn as you go and things like that. But it's going to go kind of slow, so you're going to be able to do that real easy. So what we're going to talk about is big metro areas like I live in St. Louis and how it would work if you were new in an area like that. Now you're finally signed up in St. Louis. That's a great big deal. It takes forever a lot of times, like an act of God, to get signed up for Walmart Spark. And you're out on your first day. There's a Spark Now button, top right hand corner. You're going to hit that, and maybe immediately you're going to get a bunch of orders. Let's go over the type of orders real quick, and then we'll talk about them in detail. Number one kind of order, and this is where a lot of new people get caught up, and how they don't get off to a great start. All that is that a lot of the orders you're going to see is what's called a .com order, and that's going to be an order where they've ordered over the internet or something like that, I guess, and there's like 12 stops all at once, 11 stops, 10 stops, 9 stops, 5, whatever stops, more than 2, right? And a lot of people, I'll see mostly those orders, and they'll start doing them right away. You don't have to do those. If you don't do those, they're not going to count against your acceptance rate, all that kind of stuff. And me personally, I've done 3 ever. I don't do those, okay? But that's the first kind of, you're going to see a lot of those. So a lot of new people will start taking those, and you just don't have to. The second kind of order is a magic hour delivery. Every hour between 15 and 20 after, you're probably going to get offered most of the time a curbside delivery with 2 deliveries, and you're going to pull up the store, park it in number, you're going to confirm that you're there and all that, blah blah blah. It's going to be 2 deliveries. Now generally those should pay at least $20. I don't care how many miles it is. Every once in a while, if it's 2 or 3 miles or something like that, maybe 19 or 1890 or something like that. But you don't have to take everything that's offered to you. I mean, you're going to do what you do, but at least make sure it pays $2 a mile. Yeah, and sometimes you might get offered a $7 2-mile delivery or something like that. I don't do anything like that. Please don't. Everything you do, I mean, just everything you do should pay at least $10. But if it's 2 deliveries, it should pay $20. Okay? Now you're going to have to make your decisions on your own. But every hour, on the hour, you're going to get offered pretty much every time a magic hour delivery. And most of the time, that's going to be a curbside, 2 pickups, 1 pickup, 2 deliveries, and it should pay at least $20, okay? A lot of them pay 25. If it's more than 5 miles, it should pay 25. Right now, the orders aren't paying as good as they were, but you just don't have to take everything. What happens is Walmart will try to pay you the least amount possible. I mean, that's common sense, but we don't have to do them. So the next kind of delivery is the same kind of delivery, but you're going to get them all the time, offered all the time, and I call them in between orders. And they're going to be those curbside orders where you're going to do 1 pickup, 2 deliveries. And again, same rules. If it's 2 deliveries, it really should pay $20. No doubt about it. If it's 2 or 3 miles, you want to do it for 19 or whatever, okay, that's up to you. But really, you should pay at least 20. And then if you're talking about 3 or 4, 5, 6 miles, you should pay $25, but at least 20, right? And you're going to get those offers all the time. The next kind of offer you're going to get is an express order. It's going to be one delivery. It's going to pay pretty good. You know, it's going to pay like $17 or something to go 2 or 3 miles. You're going, wow, that's good. Well, it's going to be an express order, which means, well, supposedly, that you're going to pull up, as soon as it's ready, they're going to bring it out and all that. A lot of times they're not ready. And that's a big thing when you're new. But right now we're just going through the types of deliveries. That's an express order. And then you're going to get some offers that are one delivery. And they just, I guess they just couldn't put it with another one. And like I said, those, at least make sure they pay $2 a mile. And personally, I wouldn't do anything that doesn't pay at least $10. And even when we're talking about that, even it pains me to even say 10. I want to say 15, but I do stuff under 15. That's 1 mile, 2 miles. That's what we're talking about. You know, if some pays $10 and it's 1 or 2 miles, you know, that's 5 to 10 miles delivery. You know, $10 a delivery. Yeah, I guess you could do it. You really want those to pay $13, $14 though, for 1 or 2, 3 miles. Hey, sometimes it's better to do 2 of those than it is to do a curbside. There's no doubt. There's a strategy to that. We're not gonna. It's called the fast break strategy. There's a lot of I've done videos about that. You can research it. But yeah, you're gonna get .com orders where there's 12 deliveries all at once, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, whatever. And then there's a once an hour delivery, which I call the magic hour. Those deliveries come out 15 minutes to 20 minutes after, and then they're going to give you 25 minutes to pick those up. And then, you can check in on them 5 minutes early, and that's really any curbside delivery. And then there's going to be express orders. Those are going to be a little higher paying. They're going to be like $17, whatever. For 2 or 3 miles, you're going to say, wow, that pays good. And you're going to hit it. It's going to say express order. You got to be careful, though, because sometimes it might take a while to get ready. Because from what I understand, they don't start to get those ready until somebody takes it, right? But then again, sometimes you take them and they're already ready. So that's probably not right. The next kind of order is my favorite kind of order. It's a shopping delivery, where you're going to go to the store, and then you're going to go in and you're going to shop. I've made a lot of videos about shopping deliveries. I love them. Believe it or not, Walmart is very organized. If you've done DoorDash in the past and just go in the store and have no way of knowing where anything is or anything, it's not like that. They're going to tell you the aisle number, the section number, the price. They're going to show you a picture of what you're picking up. There's a lot of positives of shopping orders. I like the shopping orders because you control the whole process. So that's basically the 4 kinds of deliveries that you're going to choose from. Where a lot of new people get caught up is they see all these .com deliveries and they just start doing them. Number one, because they pay so good, but a lot of times the miles are so high. So you want them to pay about $2 a mile if you're going to do those. If I was a younger person, I would do a lot more. But this old grumpy man doesn't want to do 12 deliveries at a time, right? But if I was younger, I would do a lot more of those, no doubt about it. And you almost got to work full time to do those because they can take a minute to do. And then you got your once an hour deliveries. I call them the magic hour deliveries. You're going to get that between 15 after and 20 after the hour, every hour. If nothing else, you're going to get that offer every single hour. I call that the magic hour. I don't depend on them because they're often disappointing. You're going to take one at 15 or 20 after, and then they're going to give you 25 minutes to pick it up. Sometimes that can be, if you're right next to the store, that can be aggravating. And then you can't even check in on it till 20 till, and then you gotta wait for them to bring it out. So if you pull up to the store and it says and there's 17 cars there, you gotta consider all of that, okay? But when you're new, just learn your stores. You're gonna find out some stores are better than others, and you're gonna learn what's up and what's not up. And then the next kind of delivery that you might get is the curbside's in between. They don't just hand them out once an hour. Like in St. Louis, sometimes there'll be 20 of them that you'll have to choose from, or 10 of them. A general rule for me on those is that if there's 2 deliveries, you should pay $20. Minimum. Sometimes they'll pay 20, 25, 30, 35. I mean, depending on how busy it is and the number of drivers and what area you live in and tips and all that. Before this video's over, we'll talk about tips. But you're going to get offered a lot of curbside orders. A general rule is that they should pay $20 for 2 deliveries. The next kind of delivery is an express order. It's just going to be 1 delivery. It's going to pay pretty good. So if you see an order that's $17 and it's only 2 or 3 miles, you can pretty much guess that's probably an express order, and it might not be ready yet. And we're going to talk about getting ready after I go through all these kinds of orders one more time. And then the next order is you're going to see orders that are just 1 order for whatever reason. They've separated from the curbside. And it's just 1 order, and it should pay at least 10. Don't do stuff that's under $10. It's not worth your time. You got to pretty much consider. You got to drive to the store. You got to check in. They've got to bring the stuff out. All that's going to take time. A general rule is it really should pay 15. I do some stuff that's under 15. That's 1 or 2 miles sometimes. Especially if I'm really close to the store. And I know the store, and I think I might get the stuff early, but you got to be careful because you don't want to do a $10 delivery and wait 30 minutes for it. You're not going to be making any money. And then my favorite kind of order is a shopping order, and I like it because you control the whole process. Because what you're going to learn is some of these stores are understaffed, some of them are undersupervised. And they're slow, and sometimes there's just a bunch of kids working, and it slows the process down. I would try to control the whole process of I just walk in the store. Anybody needs exercise, I do. That's how I look at it, and Walmart is unbelievably organized. So let's talk about a couple things. Number one, if you take an order and it says getting ready, that's a bad sign. It just is. Like I said, you're going to learn your stores and which ones are good and which ones are bad. I'll just give you a quick example. I don't even do curbside orders out of the Telegraph store because they're just so horrible. Not the people, not the store. I'm talking about the curbside operations. Just so slow that I don't even do curbside orders out of there. I'll do shopping orders, but not curbside because it's just a bad experience. So if I did take a curbside order and it said getting ready, I'd probably just give it back. Maybe if it paid $45 or something like that, I might keep it, but pretty much, no, I'm not going to do that. If I get one at the Manchester store that says getting ready, I can pretty much trust that that's good to get ready. I'll at least take a chance on it. Now, a general rule is you shouldn't give back an order until after 30 minutes unless you do it real quick. Because a lot of times what you're going to see is you're going to take an order that you really liked, right? It really looked good, and then you're going to take it always take a minute and take a look at it. Because it might be what you might see. Oh, I didn't look at it good enough. This says apartment 304. Well, 304 probably means it's on the 3rd floor. Okay? Apartment 1303 is probably on the 3rd floor. Apartment I, apartment J, apartment K, apartment H. A lot of times I'll be on the 3rd floor. And you might say, oh, I didn't notice that. Or you're going to see where it says that you took an order and then you go to look at it and it's 15 cases of water. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Especially if it's on the 3rd floor. You've got a minute to give it back. If you give it back right away, I think within the first minute or two, they're going to ask you a reason, say it was an app issue. They're probably not going to even charge you against you. But what you can't do, okay, if you're new, is get to the store, right? And the guy starts to bring the stuff out. And then you notice that it's 5 cases of water, right? And then somewhere in the process you realize that it was apartment 303. At that point you can't give it back. You start giving stuff back in a situation like that, you're not going to be working for Walmart Smart Call. If you're going to do that, you got to do it quick. You can't wait till you get to the store and then check in, then wait 20 minutes, and then they're bringing it out, and it's stacked up to the clouds, and you're like, oh, I'm not doing that. No, you got to suck it up. At that point, it becomes exercise. Another thing you can't return stuff all the time. And the whole time I've been doing this, I've returned stuff less than 5 times. Okay? I'll give you some examples of times I've returned stuff. Number 1, I went to this what looked like an abandoned house. Yeah, I mean, it was obviously nobody was. Well, at least it appeared nobody was living there. Period. Yeah, I brought that back. Another time, I had alcohol. Where they got to show you their ID. You got to scan the ID, right? It's really easy to do. It's a really easy process. But they weren't home. I'm not leaving alcohol out in the middle of on somebody's porch. I'm not going to break the rules in that case and just leave it out on the porch. I'm not doing that. Any kid can come by or whatever. God knows what. I'm not doing that. I took this stuff back to the store. Another time, it was a secured building type situation. And I called the people, and they told me straight up that they were 30 minutes away. Yeah, I'm not waiting 30 minutes. And I'm not leaving stuff outside of the secured building, out in the street. I'm not doing that. So, yeah, I took that stuff back. I'm trying to think of another time I've returned stuff. I really can't. I haven't done it a bunch of times. That might be it. Seriously, I don't get in the habit of returning stuff. And returning stuff is the kind of stuff that'll get you in trouble. Now they want you to confirm that people are home. Ways to do that. There's a car in the driveway. Most of the time you can hear or see there's signs that people are home, right? Walmart alerts people that you're coming, right? They send them a text. Sometimes, the app can be very glitzy, and that's a whole other video. But most of the time they're home, right? So don't assume people aren't home. I assume people are home. They've ordered these groceries. They should know they're coming. And 99% of the time they're home. So, blah, blah, blah. So don't return stuff to the store. If you're new, mellow out, take your time, maybe do some easy deliveries, get into the flow of it. Don't make it harder. A lot of people make it harder than it has to be. Stuff like that. But this video is already 20 minutes long. There's some general things to help you out. Really, this video could be an hour long. But it's not going to be. Hope you guys make some money today. I need to make some money today. But I'm working my W-2, so it's a work after work type of situation. Last night I ended up working till like 7 o'clock at night, so that did not happen. Let's get it.